Do we have bodies?
Naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots. And believe it or not, as fantastical as that sounds, it's true.
These are supposed to be unprecedented times. Maybe, just maybe, we are at that moment of irrefutable proof that we are not alone in the universe. On July 26th, in literally a few days, the House Oversight Committee hearing on unidentified aerial phenomena or unidentified flying objects will take place. The committee, which is led by the Republican Party, has invited credible observers, all with military backgrounds, to testify. They include David Grush, former intelligence officer, Commander David Fravor, former military pilot and squadron leader, and Ryan Graves, ex-Navy pilot. The hearings on unidentified aerial phenomena, as UFOs are now called, was triggered by recent earth-shattering claims by David Grush that the United States federal government operates a secretive UAP retrieval program and is in possession of dead pilots. Let's now take a further look at the called witnesses and their intriguing experiences with aerial phenomena, starting with David Grush. We are starting with David Grush, given the role he has played in triggering these committee hearings in the first place. In fact, it's his mind-blowing revelations in an interview with Australian journalist Ross Coulthart that has seemingly brought another credible voice to the whole question of UFOs and whether they are real or not. In the process, he has stirred other military observers to come out in support, and with some even adding a voice to their own encounters.
David Grush was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 1987. Although still at a young age, David Grush has had a distinguished career in the United States Air Force and as an intelligence officer. His experience includes serving as combat officer within the United States Air Force during the war in Afghanistan, serving as an officer with the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and the National Reconnaissance Office. As it relates to aerial phenomena, he served from 2019 to 2021 as the representative of the NRO to the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force. And from late 2021 to July 2022, he was the co-lead for Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Analysis at the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and was its representative to the task force. Other very notable accomplishments extend to assisting in drafting the National Defense Authorization Act of 2023, which includes provisions for reporting of UFOs, covering whistleblower protections and exemptions to non-disclosure orders and agreements. Let's jump right in and take a look at the revelations made by Grush. If you are watching up to this point and still don't know, David Grush is the whistleblower who recently came forward with mind-blowing news, claiming that the United States federal government maintains a secretive UFO crash retrieval program and is in possession of actual spacecraft and dead alien pilots.
You are saying to the human race, for the first time, an official intelligence representative at a high level from the US government is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone. Absolutely, the data points empirically that we're not alone, yeah.
Do we have bodies?
Naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots. And believe it or not, as fantastical as that sounds, it's true.
As we said in a recent post, it's possibly the revelation of all times, and no hyperbole to say that, should Grush's claims prove to be true, our view of the universe would be changed for all eternity. The records will show that Grush first came out officially as a whistleblower in 2021 and then filed again in June 2022, adding at that time that the U.S. federal government and his superiors were retaliating because of his public revelation of the secretive UFO retrieval program. Grush's claims also extend beyond the borders of the United States. He claims that the first crashed UFO in Europe was in 1933. According to Grush, the Benito Mussolini government of Italy at the time secured it from 1944 to 1945, but based on a Vatican tip, the USA was able to take possession and supposedly has secured it since that time.
Let's now take a look at our second witness, Commander David Fravor. David Fravor was born in 1965 and pretty much spent all his life in Ohio. He joined the military at the tender age of 17 and spent 24 years in various assignments. At 18, He was already a Navy pilot and began a military journey which saw him completing 5 tours to the Persian Gulf starting after Operation Desert Storm. At the peak of his career, he commanded a squadron of 12 airplanes consisting of 330 military personnel. Commander David Fravor retired in 2006, but not before being witness to one of the most intriguing UFO sightings on record. This sighting will no doubt feature in the upcoming hearings. Since retiring, David Fravor is quite the reluctant witness and UFO talk show guest. He has stressed over and over again his desire not to be in the limelight and in the constant glare of all the attention and scrutiny he attracts. And now, let's examine Commander Fravor's UFO sighting. The year was 2004. The then fighter pilot and squadron leader, Commander David Fravor, and his crew were on a training mission off the Nimitz carrier strike group off the coast of California over the Pacific Ocean. However, the training mission was soon called off and a real-world task assigned. It was while executing this task that Commander Fravor and his team came into contact with a strange white craft, the shape of the common tic-tac. As the commander describes it, the craft had the exact shape of the tic-tac we enjoy as a mint and was white and smooth all over, with no surface markings, no windows, no exhaust, and no visible propulsion system. According to Fravor, it was just a smooth white tic-tac. After tracking the object for a few moments, and with the object apparently knowing that Commander Fravor and his crew were there observing and closing in on it, as Commander Fravor describes it, the object took off like that of a bullet out of a gun.
Last on our witness list, but by no means is his story less intriguing, is Ryan Graves. Born in 1985, Ryan Graves is a former Navy F-18 pilot and Goshawk instructor pilot. He has had deployments aboard the carrier the USS Enterprise in 2012 in support of Operation Enduring Freedom and again in 2015 aboard the carrier USS Theodore Roosevelt in support of Operation Inherent Resolve over Iraq and Syria. While flying, Ryan Graves received specialized training in combat search and rescue as a rescue mission commander and has served as head landing signals officer on his assigned naval carrier. In 2019, Ryan Graves left the Navy to join FAST Labs, an advanced R&D center of excellence. Part of his role included leading teams of technical SMEs to bid for classified and unclassified contracts. If successful, he would also assist in execution. In 2020, he was onto a new project, Quantum Generative Materials, a vertically integrated materials science company using AI to predict the atomic structure of material through the algorithmic manipulation of matter. Ryan Graves, because of his reported sightings and credibility as a military observer, is a popular invited TV and radio guest on the UFO topic. However, his focus these days is Merged Point, a company which he founded and serves as chief operating officer. The company produces the increasingly popular Merged podcast, for which he serves as the host. Merged, as it has been described, is a radically open-minded exploration of unidentified anomalous phenomena through the lens of pilots, scientists, and innovators. In terms of volunteer work, he serves as the first chair of the Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena Integration and Outreach Committee with the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics. Let's recount now the Ryan Graves aerial phenomena experience. As you may know, a significant portion of a fighter pilot's time is spent on training and rehearsing missions. It's on these missions, and he said quite a few, that the ex-military and retired Navy pilot, Ryan Graves, and other military observers came into contact with a very strange unidentified object. The strange contact was ongoing and was literally a daily experience for the military airmen. As he describes it, the strange craft was typically picked up and tracked on radar, but rarely ever seen with naked eyes by military observers. Those who were among the lucky few described the aerial phenomena as a square encircled in a round object. More specifically, a black or dark gray cube inside of a clear translucent sphere, about 15 to 20 feet in diameter, with the corners or the apex of the cube touching the inside of the sphere. As in the case of the Tic Tac, the ex-Navy pilot confirmed observers saw no surface markings, no windows, no observable propulsion system, no exhaust, nothing. Since those days, Ryan Graves has been tireless in bringing awareness to aerial phenomena, but very importantly, highlighting near misses with these mysterious crafts and the ongoing danger to the lives of airmen.
We have come to the end of the review of the called witnesses to some of the most incredible events in our lifetime. The experiences along with the testimonies on the 26th of July will hopefully take us right to the doorstep of the answer to the question, are we alone? I wish the three men well, and have all the confidence that their testimony and credibility will stand up to any scrutiny, based on what we have seen of them on TV and in many written pieces so far. America and the world will be drawn to their even-mannered temperament and ability to recount events without embellishment. That said, the greater fear from this whole exercise next week is that we will have more hearings with key components refusing to cooperate or only disclosing information that keeps the whole question of aerial phenomena in doubt. In the end, it all comes to a personal decision. Will you be at peace with the credibility and testimony of these fine witnesses, and with the reality that we are not alone, or will you wait for official disclosure, with all its competing interests and bureaucratic trappings? I already know my decision. Hey guys, thanks for checking us out. Be sure to like and share the video. And of course, subscribe to the channel.